5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's life and such, guys?
Oh, so we're still doing the thing.
That's good.
It's awesome.
It's
interesting.
crazy raisin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite the interesting week, you could say.
It's so great it
Yeah,
grates cheese.
That's putting it lightly at interesting week. It has been quite the interesting week. And I like how I just say interesting week. Even though I said it was lightly to say interesting week. What an interesting week.
You seem to overuse the word interesting. I think that's very interesting that you do.
That's because Messo's an interesting person.
This is going to be a great episode, I can already tell.
This is gonna be interesting.
Alright. If anyone picks that as the title for this episode, you have no originality whatsoever.
Your face is
Don't worry, I
unoriginal.
will not do such a thing.
Actually, your
It
face
would
is
be very
interesting.
interesting if it was, though.
TTV
I
episode
think
26,
this-
your face is original.
Well, I mean, how the heck? Anyway,
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
so
so
yeah,
I-
this
I'm with
interesting
Kevin.
episode of TTV is going to be very interesting with interesting people doing interesting things, like interesting subjects and other interesting things.
Time to say our interesting names. I'm Messinek.
I'm the interesting VAR.
I'm LJ.
I'm Alita.
I'm Kahi.
I'm probably interesting. And also Namsamiki. As if you
Darn,
know
the only
that.
other person that went with the interesting thing was Sumiki.
And
Disappointed.
this
Yes,
TTV
because I'm
episode-
interesting.
I'm the interesting attorney then. Whatever. Keep moving on.
I can already tell this is going to get really annoying.
No, not annoying. Interesting. Get it right.
Oh my god.
And this is TTV episode 26.
Got it right again. 2 episodes in a row, Meso.
Oh my gosh, Meso has broken his like...
Wait a second, isn't it 27?
Call the
No.
Guinness Book.
No, it's 26. Also, lol.
Okay.
It's funny because ever since the first episode of TTV, episode 1, Meso has yet to get the title right, except for recently, so that's good.
That's kind of sad, but yeah, it helps when I have all the episodes organized on my computer. And I actually see what the last file is.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Alright,
Or you
so
can
without
actually go
further
to YouTube,
ado...
look that up.
Without further ado, let's hop into our regularly scheduled, favorite, most interesting segment ever. The news.
Alright,
Insert yawn.
gotta do it. Let's go.
Alright, in the news this week we have Hero Factory Breakout Movie Screens. Double points for LEGO VIP members. BZP RPG Contest number 23 underway. Comics Contest number 1 preliminary polls. New LEGO magazine features game hints, clones, and heroes. LEGO Space Shuttle goes to space. Project 2012 completed calendar. Breakout movie videos. And that is the commentary and news.
At one point you put commentary first, and it's the majority of what you're saying. There's more
Yeah, I know.
commentary to do. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's interesting this week?
Well, we have interesting Hero Factory Breakout screenshots, and interesting Hero Factory Breakout videos, and interesting Hero Factory Breakout stuff in LEGO magazines, and interesting comics polls,
Oh,
Basically
great for
nothing.
you.
Besides the
Right
comics
now.
polls.
and the breakout screens, and the breakout clips,
Yeah. It's true.
which you've only seen a couple of.
Yep, nah, I have. What do we want to talk about first in that case?
Well, we'll talk about the good old pictures from the show. So,
That
Let me
show
see.
looks really cool. I'm not gonna
it
lie.
does. The full episode is actually on YouTube in Polish with no subtitles, sadly enough. But
Anyone
I
who
have not
speaks
watched
Polish?
it. Sadly no. It's
But I
maybe a
can
pretty
see
useful
Deutsch.
thing.
Oh
It's
wait,
not
that's
Polish.
German. That's German.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
I was close. At least Gatanui can appreciate me.
Yeah, partially.
No, I can't.
You're right. No
Yeah,
one.
no. No one can appreciate you, LJ.
That's just the way it is, yo.
It's because LJ's so
So,
interesting that no one can appreciate him.
What about this Rocka? Or is it this Rocka with his holographic chest thing?
Yep. That's kind of a semi-spoiler, but it's actually fairly interesting.
I'm saying
It's
the first
apparently
thing I
one of
thought
the
was
later
Easter-
plot twists in the episodes.
You had the
'Cause
R
I-
and the T. The first thing I thought was like Hero Rooster Teeth,
Nope.
but yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
The RT, if you know what RT means, it means Recon Team, aka that
Oh.
hero creator, which they're actually incorporating into the story, which is refreshing.
They're incorporating it
so-
into the story? I had no idea they were going to do that.
Lol.
I love that actually looks like a girl.
Yeah.
Here, you know? I'm like, these, like, there's actually a girl hero that actually looks like, well, not even a hero, just like a reporter, but she actually does look like a
That
girl.
random news reporter that no one likes, Daniela Capricorn.
Yeah.
She's
I
in
know,
every
right?
episode.
Capricorn? Her name's
Yes.
Capricorn? I
Yep.
did not
What?
know this.
I thought Ferno was bad. Capricorn.
You know, I have a question actually. Elena, you're the only one here who hasn't seen the TV show, have you?
Mhm.
I haven't.
TV show.
The Hero Factory TV show?
Not a
Yeah.
single episode?
Huh.
I haven't either, you know.
Well, no one cares about you.
Yeah, neither.
No one cares about Elena either. Or you, LJ. Or anyone here.
We're uncaring souls.
No one cares about anyone here. What?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
really?
think so.
I
I
care about
care about
myself,
myself
thank you very much.
Uh,
Oh, come on.
Well-
Ninjas.
Alright,
Elena only cares about her cats.
Elena, you
It's
you
true.
aren't. Alright, here, let me make this clear. Elena, you do know what the Recon Team, Hero Factory, like, set designer thingy Marbob is?
Inb4, nope.
No.
How do you know? Elena's with
Oh, man.
cats.
Freaking psychic. Yeah.
Alright. Well, in that case, Elena, what's your opinion on the breakout screens?
What breakout screens?
Oh my god.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I so knew it.
They're amazing.
Elena, you need to be looking at the news when we're doing this.
Well, I'm gonna say my opinions because I wanted to go first anyway. So yeah, I think they're cool. If you want my opinion, based on what I've heard, sadly, about the plot, it's not only the best Hero Factory story ever, but it's also the best episode ever in terms of animation, lack of unfunny jokes, which is refreshing, lack of corniness. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, which is why it irks me that it's only in Polish.
I found it.
Oh, cool.
The animation
Yeah, it's
looks
on the
good,
front
but the
page.
characters look stupid.
Yes, I found it.
Hero Factory. You know the thing they replaced Monocle a couple years ago?
And what the heck is up with that white robot? That white skinny robot that has nothing on it, and the others have.
Lol, Zib.
What?
Yeah, he's a weird guy. No one likes him.
Lol.
Yeah.
I like him.
It's true. But
I think he's a cool bro.
Yeah,
Zip.
he's interesting with his non-British accent.
Yup.
Because
How could you not like Zib?
He's supposed to have a British accent?
Well, the
He
thing
did
is,
when he first appeared. Yeah.
yeah, he first appeared in the Hero Factory podcast-esque thing, and he had a British accent, and then in this, he doesn't.
He had a horribly generic accent in the show compared to what he actually had in the podcast, which is why everyone was kind of disappointed when they changed all the voice actors for the
Why
show.
is there one screenshot that looks like it has like a Zib clone, like embracing Zib?
Yeah, they're like a bunch of
I
Zib
would not be
clones.
surprised.
What the heck
I
is
would
going
not be
on?
surprised.
I think they're telling each other, you are not alone. Well,
I'm you, and you're me. Let's hug.
anything you can do,
Saga
I can do
over
better. I can do anything better than new.
No, you can't.
Yes, I
Better is
can.
new.
Terrible. We are mean people.
The show looks.
Show looks lols. They always find a way to make the heroes look way better than the sets.
Alright.
All the time. Every time. No.
Oh, yeah, it's because. Oh. Well, that about wraps it up for that. None of you even looked at any of the videos for the show, because you have to download them, right?
Yeah, I didn't look at
Yeah,
it.
download and get out of it. Yeah.
I've seen a couple, and all I have to say is it looks good.
Voltix looks a wall epic win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know
They
what.
dull this color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a cage filled with zibs. What's going on?
We just got off of this. No, I'm joking.
I know, but what the heck, man?
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing after this episode. Alina, you, me, Messa, and Paul are going to be looking at are going to be looking at Savage Planet.
I'm gonna mysteriously disappear afterwards, a few minutes in, and nothing. I am going to mysteriously disappear from all of the programs you have me added on to.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, I promise.
Well, it's like hop off Skype, to turn off your browser, go off MSN, just like avoid them for years.
She'd like to. Anyway, let's go.
But yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay, anyway.
I watched a couple of the clips, and sadly, I've unfortunately had the end of the show spoiled for me, which is sad because I was actually looking forward to watching it. But oh well.
Here's
That's
the
why you don't go searching for news, Meso.
here's the
I
end of
didn't go
the show.
searching.
No, here's the end of the show. You ready? They capture the villains. The day is saved. Oh man!
You completely ruined it for me.
Whoa! I did not see that coming.
Well, yeah, it's not exactly
Isn't
hard to
that
guess
the
that'll happen. There's a twist.
Isn't that the general downplay of all the episodes of Hero Factory?
So far,
Up to this point.
yeah.
Boring!
Yep.
With the exception of Savage Planet, which had a slightly different ending.
How? They saved the day. They captured the bad guys.
Yeah, but they also had to save the planet. LG.
Are you kidding?
Like a whole 5-minute sequence where they saved Quattros. Remember, LG?
Boring!
Yeah, I remember that. They saved all this energy that could give energy to so many people.
And they saved
like
all the
5 animals.
on the whole planet, which are now, if you look at Breakout, they're in jail.
Wow. Yep. That's good. Good.
They put the animals in jail! Why did they even
Not
bother
for
saving
laughing.
the planet if they're gonna put all the animals in jail?
Well, it's because they ran out of character models to use for generic villains, so they just used the 7.
Wow.
That's
Wow, just
stupid!
Yeah. Ah, well,
They saved the planet just so they could save the animals. And well, it's also like with Fire Lord. They promised an ordeal of fire that he would be rehabilitated. Because, he was basically a drug addict, and they were going to get him help. He's in jail, too.
This sounds so stupid that it is making me going to log off of Skype even more if I'll just try to do that.
Alright, I promise I won't. But Alina, it's so fun to make fun of.
Oh, yeah, and when it's good, it's refreshingly good. So.
I don't think it's even worth it to make fun of it.
Well, with Hero Factory, how you do Hero Factory is you set your expectations very low. So when it's actually good, you're surprised and you're happy.
I'm pretty sure that with the expectations that I have of it now are even higher than the show is right now.
Alright, that's good. That's good.
I mean, higher expectations go higher. No, I'm kidding.
Higher and higher! I mean,
Yeah.
But
Let's
anyway,
not do that ever again. Ever.
Gotcha.
That's about all we can talk about with that. So when it's airs on U.S. television, we'll record it and upload it like we always do. But until then, there's nothing else we can do. So. Okay, so next up on the ever-present news, how about that there comics contests preliminary polls, guys?
Yes.
Okay, second place.
As of the time of this recording.
As of now, he's second.
Yep. LJ 2012. I promise
God.
to bring all
LJ 2012.
all comic makers free
So
magazines.
LJ, are you like a captive of poor Ugandan children?
This is how the world ends.
Yeah, I would not be so
LJ
surprised.
kidnaps
now that I think
Ugandan
about it.
children and the world ends.
Yeah, but no, at the moment of this recording, I'm in second place in the finals, and by about 3 votes.
Don't worry, guys. We can all change your avatars, and then maybe LJ will win the comics
Well, the
contest.
polls end later tonight, so we will soon know.
And we know who's going to win. City of Wretches, Vampire
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah, and then
Oh, yeah.
in a second place clutch victory, Lightkeepers.
Lol.
I couldn't say that with a straight face. Anyway,
Lightkeepers. I like it. Kinda.
I hate
Yeah.
that ending.
Speaking of talking about our opinions on the comics, before or after this is uploaded, there will also be a coverage of the comics contest which we recorded and will be uploaded ASAP. So check out that depending on if this is uploaded before or after. It's crazy fun and such. So
Yeah, and I'd just like to note to everyone, when Meso said it will be uploaded ASAP, that was a promise and a warning to me, because I'm editing it.
it was. Thank you for picking up on that.
Just want everyone to know how valued I am here at TTV Industries.
TTV and
We keep him in the base because we don't like to look at his face.
Yeah,
And that
that's
rhymed.
the truth.
What a rhyme.
That rhymed.
But yeah, so go vote for who you think should be second, third place, because City of Wretches is going to win easily.
And it deserves it, Emma.
It does deserve it.
That's a very good entry.
It is.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Vampire Rock. You're a cool buff. Yeah.
Yep, you are. You are.
I'm
And
surprised
then-
UK isn't doing better.
Actually,
I am too.
same. I'm kind of sort of glad because it was more.
Well, of course you are, because you're in the contest.
Oh yeah, but the ending was interesting.
Well, not to be too critical of the comic, because I loved the art style. I didn't think the plot held up too good. But I'm surprised in a sense that I almost assumed BZP would flock to it because of the art style.
Yeah, that's what I assumed as well, but I guess you can't judge a book by its pictures.
Well, I guess when you have to vote for one
Judge a
entry.
book by its post.
Yeah.
Y'all.
So I'm
I guess when you're forced to vote for one entry, which BZP should always do, IMO, you make decisions and whatnot, and people voted for City of Wretches because it had a good plot and good art.
Yep,
And what-
absolutely. All around good comic.
Okay, and then I do believe the final thing on our news agenda is... Was there anything else on our news agenda?
Nah, I don't think so.
There's the RPG contest, but I don't really think anyone cares about that. Besides RPGers, which are kind of
Yeah,
off in their own
I do.
RPG land.
Yeah, we don't really have any RPGers in our
Yeah.
podcast. So.
Except for Keeney,
Oh.
who isn't here.
Yeah.
Keeney!
Yes, he isn't here. Yay!
And now we learn of Alina's intense hatred for the young Canadian.
Don't think of it as hatred. Just think of it as, you bash me, I hate your guts more. Bing!
So anyway,
Well, anyone that bashes you usually hates your guts as well.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that ends the news. It went longer than I thought it would, so woohoo.
Woo!
yep.
How interesting that it went on
Alright,
longer.
So
Yeah.
we all know you look forward to editing this episode later on, right?
Yeah, actually, it's going pretty well so far.
Yeah, he's an excited raisin, Alina. He loves it.
I like to get episodes out, I guess.
Yep, me too. Depends on I do, on whether I do or not.
But yeah. Well, next up, we will now transition into our favorite segment ever. You're up, Eldy.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Oh god, this segment.
Time for the comments.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Comic Maker Spotlight. We're going to be reviewing the comics of actually a good friend of ours. I think she's a member of the podcast, but she doesn't really do anything, sort of, kind of. We're going to be reviewing the Awesomepocalypse, Reign of Darkness by Makuta of Comedy.
Woohoo! Yeah! I'll be the best! Anyway.
She's kind of an honorary member. She was supposed to write the comics when we did the comics.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Come on,
regardless,
everybody.
um,
No. My bad.
well, back up on MoC. She joined roughly 4 years ago, and in that time has gotten 713 posts. So, let's look at the comics. Awesomepocalypse, Reign of Darkness. How interesting of a title. You got a character sheet, and you got characters/PGSs, which consist of, herself, MT4, Meso, Venom, Kahi, etc., etc. Now, let's look over her latest comic, which would be comic 28. He's the manager, alright. So, this comic is actually revered for its comedic stances. It's a very funny series, and it's a kind of humor that it's unique. It is extremely unique. Because it's very random, but MoC combines randomness with consistency extraordinarily well, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's great.
And yeah, so in this comic, via portal, Messinak, Darkseid, and former comic maker Shadonix come into what seems to be a store with a sword, a katana, and whatever the heck Meso's holding, which seems to be some
It's a
sort
portal
of
gun.
flamethrower.
I think it's a portal gun.
Completely red.
If you look at the background, it's like a brass thing. I think they teleported somewhere.
There are flames coming out of it, and it has a knife connected to it. That cannot be a portal gun.
Why can't portal guns have
Where did-
bayonets, good sir?
Where did all the people come from then, if it's not a portal gun?
I don't know, the previous...
Why is the grass background behind them?
I know the previous comic, I don't know.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. So they come in there, and we have good old Dave. That's right. Welcome. I am Dave. And there's, what appears to be someone in the background wearing a tuxedo. So they decide to split up, and randomness ensures. And we see Biocryptid and the, not a trap sign holder, Star Paru. Oh my madness. Can't imagine what kind of interesting things would happen if Star's in this. So anyway, the comic...
Many interesting things.
So, comedy-wise, it's very interesting. To my knowledge, you have to follow kind of a series of comics in order to get it.
In order to get the characters, yeah, definitely.
And it's very random, and but it does it very well, and that is this series is strong point.
Yeah.
So props to MoC for doing that. It's very unique. So graphics. Graphics are where it kind of weakens a little. With text and effects, it's fine. It prospers. It's nothing over the top, and nice to look at. No problems with text. It's when the sprites are placed it's kind of interesting. While it is its own unique kind of style of things, it kind of looks, out of place. Because in one of these panels you have random tuxedo-wearing, two-shaded mask guy over in the just pasted in there. He doesn't look like he's, supposed to be there. No blur, no reflection off of the nice, clean
C4. He's actually quite big. If you look at it, he's like basically the size of one of those racks
Yeah,
that
exactly.
he's standing next to.
So it looks extremely.
I guess it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine when people have real life backgrounds and don't do anything with the sprites. That's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. It just makes the sprites look out of place.
Absolutely. So yeah, but I guess it works. MoC apparently makes some of her own backgrounds, and while they still look a little out of place, there are some moments where they look absolutely splendid. Like in the later panels of this comic, where the character can be seen with grass overlaying the feet.
Yes.
And then I like this
I like
MoC has here. She has like these wings, so she looks kind of demonic almost. And then she has like shadow fire on her feet. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's be the best.
Or dead grass. Either one. So,
But
yeah.
I have to say her main background, though, is kind of lackluster in my opinion. It's a normal gray gradient background with only a slight indication that there is a floor. I don't know. I believe that could have been a bit better handled. Other than that, though, it's pretty good. I really do think that's a portal, though, and to that I say the portal effect could be done a lot better.
Okay.
Especially since they seem to appear like in the middle of an aisle, meaning that Darkseid's head is about the size of a medicine bottle.
It should be
Looking at it
noted that
from, like,
MoC
the
is actually
perspective
really new to GIMP, and it's only been using
Yeah.
it for like a year.
Yeah, if that's the case, then it's
It's
definitely
still very
a lot,
well done for what it does. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot better than could be expected.
There's only one more thing I have to say, and that's just a bit with the text. MoC has this thing in which he takes the mask color and the eye color and makes the mask color the glow, and the eye color and the inside. And while I can appreciate that, since it's easier for people to identify the characters, I wish she could have done it differently in some other text, like Sardonic's text, which is it's not hard to read, but it does look a little out of place. The red is just so dark that it loses it loses the sort of readability. And Messenak's text, the black sometimes blends in too well with the background. Other than that, like Biocryptid is very well done, very easily readable, and I have no real problems with that. And yeah, like I said, everything else is pretty good. It's just I wish you would choose more colors on readability rather than just associability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, MoC.
Yeah. She's joined us in the call.
I just noticed you joined us. Yeah.
I
Hey,
noticed.
MoC.
I actually noticed a little while ago. But yeah.
Yes.
So, Mesa, what do you think about good old MoC's comment? You would like out of this time. Time for the elevator music.
Well,
Okay, bad elevator music.
I enjoy the wide array of characters used.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
That's it.
I enjoy the humor. I enjoy the graphical
Style, I would assume.
Okay, forget my opinions. They're cool and such. I love them. The end.
Nope. Nope. I'm forcing your opinions further.
I like the kit choice. I like the graphics. I like the humor. I like the characters. There are a couple problems here and there.
Yeah. But overall, I'd say it's a very fun series to keep track of. And now, something I did very often gosh darn, what's it called? In the comic contest coverage. Yeah. Alina, what's your opinions on MoC's comics?
Inb4 what?
Wow, just wow.
Or
Inb4.
nothing.
What?
Interesting opinions.
I muted my mic, you.
Okay, alright. Okay, it's alright. Alright, Celine, what are your opinions on MoC's comics?
I haven't really been reading them.
Now would be a good time.
What?
Now would be a good time. Something like they're good.
They seem pretty interesting.
They interesting.
Thumbs up.
It seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
My God.
Alright, well, yeah. So yeah, honestly, very good humor, and, you know, bearable graphics.
I like him.
Definitely go check out The Awesomepocalypse, Reign of Darkness by Makuta of Comedy. Very good.
Yeah.
And that's
You
Comic
great.
Book Spotlight. You just messed up.
So great it grates cheese.
Yeah.
What type
Okay.
of cheese? Like Parmesan or something?
Yeah, Parmesan. My favorite kind. JK, I don't like Parmesan.
Lol Parmesan. Sure, why not?
No,
Parmesan's
why
for
not?
nubs.
Yeah, I'm more of a Munster cheese fan myself.
Oh yeah. Go.
Yes.
Okay.
Raw.
That's out of the way. We can now move on. The MoC Spotlight. You're up, Samiki.
All right, everyone else meet their mics, and this should be over with in
Claire.
sort of like, you know, maybe not as traumatizing in that.
I don't know.
Done.
Make it 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'll bet you can't make it in 5 minutes.
Okay,
your time.
okay.
Well, hang on, Smeeky. I think it's owed to me and Kahi to help you with this, considering all the MOCists of which have come into the comics form and stated their unknowledgeable opinions on the comics.
Oh, here we go.
Not making comics. I think it is owed to us as people, as humans.
Get on with it!
Look,
Just shut up,
I will
LJ,
bring out a
please.
ruler.
No one
I can bring out
cares.
a ruler and show it to you. You guys, it's exactly the same size, okay?
No one cares. Okay. And this is the moment of the episode you've all been waiting for. The
Make it last
MoC
5 minutes.
Spotlight. Yes. Yes, Elena, thank you for interrupting me. You're supposed to have your mic muted,
Sorry.
etc. Everyone's been waiting for this for LJ because LJ never looks forward to it. In the Spotlight today, an AWA7 Shield Mask. It also means I'm back. You count the rest of the topic's title. And he is indeed back. I remember seeing his stuff improving vastly on the old and now archive form from when he joined up until the downtime. So I'm glad to see he's back. Shield asks very, very interesting MRC. Spindly would be the way I describe it if I were limited to one word. I find the torso especially interesting here. The wheel centers uses the shoulders. I get the impression they might be a little bit big. The use of the nibble tattoo on the back of the upper torso, that provides some good texture. He utilizes the holes in the mask to hook up a flex tube. I've seen that used with Viking horns. I haven't seen that with flex tubes ever, surprisingly. I don't have any qualms about the rest of the torso, except for the lower section. It's like he has groin articulation, but his waist articulation, but it's just way too low. If viewed from the back, the lower torso is just ridiculously thin. A few more parts should fix that up, but as of now, it's spindly, anorexic looking, sort of there. I don't know. The head's only interesting to me in the fact that it's not attached to anything.
Does it have a cold?
What?
You said it's not.
No. I didn't.
Shut up, LJ.
Oh. Go on.
A few more armor parts should fix that. The head is only interesting in the fact that it's not attached to anything. The just light gray wheel part used as part of the attachment for the head section. I like that used as texture there because overall there's a whole bunch of different circles of varying widths, and it looks like it's sort of a transformer that transformed out of a futuristic car, because you've got the legs, which I'm going to get to in a few minutes, and of course the steering wheel there. It just looks like it evolved as some sort of car. Might just be me, I don't know. As its name would imply, it's got the shield on one hand, and a custom laser cannon / chainsaw thing on the other. Either way, I kind of like it. I'm not quite sure why. It's got a little bit of asymmetry going on overall. As I've said before, asymmetry can be both good and it can also be bad. In this case, while asymmetry is necessary for the hands, they're not exactly the same, I'm just not sure why it's extended to the upper arms if asymmetry isn't found anywhere else on the MoC. All that's needed is to fix is to put some Hero Factory on the upper arm of the non-shield side. That's it. Unless of course he decides to go completely asymmetrical and one side is completely different from the other. But right now, just having a little bit, it's kind of an all or nothing thing. Okay, on to the legs now. The upper legs are highly minimalistic. While the MoC on the whole is spindly, I think the upper legs could serve to be rebuilt. They are Technic suspension parts, nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. They're just Technic suspension parts. That just looks, well, interesting, but it's kind of wrong looking. They're just too thin. I'm also not quite sure how stable it is, because those things looks like he just sort of bounce up and down like some strange bobblehead. I don't know. The lower legs, they might be able to be redone a bit. They have this circular motif, but it jumps around from one diameter to another, helter-skelter. And the small wheel centers, I think this might be a little too thick, especially compared to the thinness of the upper legs, like I mentioned. Overall, I think the flow and the texture of it just gets interrupted. Now, not only does it include a trend of creatively using those noble masks for purposes of texture, as does the Matatu, as I mentioned previously, not only are the noble rulers on the feet used in a place they're not usually seen in, but they're attached to torn heads in the 2003 light gray hue. I'm not quite sure. I don't quite remember what those things are called. Just particularly of my torn. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm afraid that while it's interesting, they might be too thick as feet. I like the noble rulers, I really do, but not the heads below them. They're just too thick, I think, especially with the spindliness overall that's trying to be evoked by the rest of the MoC. Props to the concepts, though. I think that really could be. It really does have potential. Okay, back to the shield for a second. It's called Shield-esque after all. One of my MoC pet peeves, if you will, use of blank studs in applications such as these on the shield. You just get these blank studs there. It looks sort of odd. Kind of like if some humanoid's holding a weapon. I always find it odd if they don't have a hilt coming out of the weapon on the other side of their hand. Just looks weird to me. It's not bad, really. It's a minor qualm that I have. I just can't help feeling that something placed over it to alleviate the problem would be ideal. And overall, the actual build falls a little short in various locations, as I mentioned. I like the concepts presented. A few minor tweaks here and there, and it could be a really sharp MoC. So, till next time, I'm Samiki. This is the MoC Spotlight featuring Shield-esque by Awesomepocalypse. As usual, head over to BBC and check it out. And that's it, I think.
What? Oh.
Good job.
Yes.
And it was done in 5 minutes, according to my clock.
No, it was that took over.
Oh wait, Alina,
No,
were you
such-
timing it?
No.
Yeah, I looked at my clock up there.
Raw
No, I
enough.
wasn't talking it. I just wanted to say that regardless.
Ah, dang.
You go for 5 minutes, how could you?
Dang.
Yeah, I wanted to say that too, but I fell asleep.
So, now what?
Lol.
It's okay, I'm
Well-
also doing your segment too, don't feel bad.
Thank you, Var.
Lol.
Thank you. It makes dreams much more interesting.
Well,
Welcome.
now that segment is over, I guess that about wraps up the episode. I'd say it was a pretty good one. And whatnot, with some lols. So, thank you for viewing, and thank you for your viewership. We appreciate it. If you have anything to say in the comments, that's what they're for. If you want to like the video, that's what it's for. If you want to not do anything, well, that's your prerogative. So,
You can also
Until
follow
next
us
time.
to be notified when the episodes are coming out.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
a
too.
good thing.
That too. Yeah, subscribe. Whatever. If you want. So, until next time, I'm MrNick.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Elena.
Kahi.
I'm interesting. I mean, I'm Sabiki.
And this was TTV episode 26.